Halfway is not 15 years. Halfway is almost 22 years because they short sheet your bed and fill them with glass. And a lot of you are so used to getting hosed, you don't do anything about it. You just go, meh, meh, this is what I'm supposed to do. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Not, stop. Analyze everything. Now watch this. Many of you, when you deposit your payroll checks, you don't get it. The bank makes an average daily deposit revenue off of the balance in your checking account. Do you understand if you could make the interest on a day-to-day basis, you could pay off a 30-year mortgage in 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years? Do you know in the Bible it talks about debt and why you shouldn't have any? Do you know it also says in the Bible you should never co-sign for another human, and if you do, you're a doofus? Well, it doesn't say doofus, I just added that part, but you are. And listen, you need to get out of debt. Freedom means you can go where you want, when you want, how you want, and you got the bank to do it with. Some of us in here are under economic bondage, and it just eats away at us and makes us frown all the time. And this is huge. Many of you in here could pop out in a short period of time and teach your kids. But why real estate? Here's why I love it. It's basic. It's cornbread. And watch, this is an awesome time to invest. I love people. If you hate people, they have medicine you can take now that will calm you down. You'll start hugging everybody, including yourself. And I can't hate anybody in here, even the lady on the 5th row that's all jacked up. I can't hate you. Why? Because if God made the person, I have to love them because God made that person in His image, even if their skin color is different than mine. Whoa, you didn't just say that, did you? I did. And do you know what blows me away? When you hate people, people can feel it. Like the lady on the 5th row. You can feel it. And then some of you, God implanted in your chest a GPS. It's called your soul. And do you know it will always guide you? If you ask God to guide you, do you know God will? Even if you don't believe in God, and I know some of you are atheists, that's okay, you won't always be. But listen to this. It's okay. I totally love you. I totally love you. I understand. Watch this. When you make mistakes, it's because you don't listen to your GPS God put in your chest. And before you go home, you ought to ask Him to turn it back on. Women are really good at this. And when you override it, you make mistakes, and those are costly mistakes. Do you know even your dog knows it's in front of a dork? And you go, no, Fluffy, it's okay, calm down. No, Fluffy knows it's a dork in the house. He's just trying to save you. Some of you need to talk to your dogs more often and kind of get on their level for street moxie. The #1 body part that is in the Bible is your tongue, and your brain listens to it. And some of you talk smack to yourself, and that's why you're struggling right now. And you'll blame everybody in town but you're the reason for the season. Be careful what you say because you're listening to your own words. God puts people in front of you every day for you to bless them. Do you understand that? They don't have to look like me. They don't have to look like you. They don't have to graduate from OU, OSU, or Oral Roberts U, or Do You, or Get You, or Hose You. They're just everywhere. They're all over Oklahoma, and they're wonderful people. And do you know what? As you give yourself away, you receive more than you give. And when you become self-centered, you become jaded, unhappy, and angry. Like the lady in the 5th row. And listen to this. It's okay. Your Depends is going to blow. Listen to this. It's okay. It's okay. Watch this. This is absolutely huge. You have to position yourself correctly, and I totally love that. And this is major. Here's some sources of deals. I live in a foreclosure. They should add a verse to the Bible. Foreclosure will always be with you. And then this is funny. When a bank takes back properties, it is illegal for them to show the properties they take back as an asset. They're a liability unless Arthur Anderson did the accounting. Then expect it to be a little fuzzy. And then HUD, and then the VA, our vets, VA, veterans, the VA, auctions. There's 12 kinds of auctions in Oklahoma. And then probate. We've just had a lot of deaths of famous people in this country. Do you know a couple of them didn't do an estate plan? Judge Stevens, Supreme Court judge, didn't do an estate plan. Are you kidding me? You all need to position yourself. And then watch this, the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. Do people in Oklahoma do drugs? What do you think? Of course they do. I think some of you hit a bong for breakfast and you're not even a swimmer. And listen to this. This is important. There's all kinds of deals. IRS tax seizure, sells marshal, sells sheriff sales. I picked up this disgusting house. It smelled like a bull went in and died. It was a gross smell. And some family members told me you shouldn't get it. That's why God invented wheelbarrows. You just wheel them to the curb and pray for them. And watch this. We redid it, put lipstick on the pig. There's the front, there's her back, and here's her money barrel. I didn't do real well, but I made almost a quarter. And do you know what's cool? I did none of the work myself. Look at these girlfriends. They got no calluses. Fingernails are certified perfect. Skin soft and supple. I don't work. But my workers, I honor them and respect them. And when you hit the top floor of the elevator, shoot it down to load up your friends and family. Be kind to everybody you meet. My painter, Hamilton, has no education. I just helped him make $100,000 on one stupid real estate transaction. Pretty easy to do. I love everybody. He is so funny. He's little bitty guy. I don't think he was breastfed as a child. And his truck blew up on an interstate recently, so I picked him up in my Ford F-150 4x4 with a lift kit. And I signed over the title and handed it to him. I said, "You just got yourself a new Ford, Carlos." He hugged me. We looked like we needed a room at the Marriott. I had to like shake him off my leg. And watch this. He's done more good things for me than I could even pay for. It's amazing. What goes around comes around. Have you ever heard, do unto others as you would have somebody do unto you? Isn't that hard? Unbelievable. And watch this. It just works. My goal for you is to help you get out of debt, stay out of debt, pay for the brain damage that some of you are in, and make a minimum of $50,000 on a transaction, or it isn't worth the time to mess with. But it's not about money. Donald Trump, you ever heard of him? I taught his 3 adult children in Manhattan, New York, on what I do. One of his kids graduated from Wharton, and she said, "They don't teach us any of this stuff at Wharton." I said, "I know, you go to Wharton to get warts." And this is bizarre. Catch this. What's your purpose in life? Have you ever wondered why God brought you here? Was it so that you could go fishing? Maybe watch some football on Sunday. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Is that why God brought you to this earth? All of you have a purpose that you are to accomplish before you leave. Everybody has a mission. Some of you run from it. That's why you're angry. And that's why you have no joy. And people can feel you. And catch this. I always wanted little girls. So God, as He is, messes with people. He gave me 3 little boys. And my little boys now are huge. And they're all in their 20s. My oldest boy is homecoming king, prom king, Mr. Everything. I hated guys like that in school. I want to shove him in a locker and punch him, but I can't because he could hurt me. And his name is Ryan. He's in his 20s, and he just got back from Africa on his 3rd trip. And what does he do over there? Vacation? No. He works in a little village where if women breastfeed their babies, the babies have a 70% chance of dying of AIDS. When they give them water, they get diarrhea, dehydrate, and die within 9 days. And then watch this. The water is all contaminated, so he's putting in an aquifer deep well, putting in an orphanage, teaching them life skills. And do you know what's amazing to me? When you give yourself away, it always comes back. I get a little emotional, but if you can't handle it, just leave. Listen to this. This is huge. Some of you just need to understand what is important in life, and you all need to survive financially. That's a given. But listen carefully to this. I asked him the other day, and I just did a class with him. He's coming to Oklahoma City with me to teach you, and he's an incredible kid. I said, "Ryan, how's it going?" He says, "Well, I'm bringing in $134,000 a month right now." Did he learn that at the U? The big dog taught the pup the path to follow. Come here, boy, sit. This is how you do it, baby. Teach your kids. And if you don't know, get in the game. Some of you have a generational curse because nobody above you or beside you has done well in life, and you just accepted your cards. I want to cut them in half and throw them in the tank and give you a brand new pack that you can open up and get it on with. And you need to love yourself enough to do that. And catch this, embrace with passion your purpose, and God opens doors. And watch this, right now there's a train wreck in the economy. Take advantage of it and position your family forever. And it's all replicatable, easy to do. And our goal for you is that all of you in here would embrace the American dream with passion. And it's going to change. Stuff is changing in this country rapidly, but it can be for you personally an absolute windfall. It doesn't have to be a negative. And you need to understand that and teach your kids. They're worth it, and grandkids, if you have them, hook them up and help them. I love kids. And then this is amazing. Wall Street has been an embarrassment. Some of the things that have happened have been disgusting. We're going to show you how to take charge yourself. And then this is important. We're going to go into all of the things. Asset protection. I have the world's leading authority. He's an attorney on asset protection. Nobody's going to sell you any insurance or do any of that kind of stuff. It's all about positioning your family from now on. And there's 7 must-know rules you have to do. And then watch this. There's so many things to ask for. The problem is most of you don't know who to ask, when to ask, how to ask. So you just sit on yours and you don't ask for anything. Do you know in the Bible it says you have not because you ask not? You got to ask. And the more I ask, the more I get. It's all about positioning yourself. I did one of these programs not long ago, and a woman came up to me and she said, "You're the weirdest man I have ever seen on stage in my life." I said, "Well, you're a little fruit cup yourself." That woman just freed her whole family after 3 years by just getting the big picture, and now she's opened up a group home that houses little girls with broken hearts. And by doing that, it's totally changed her life. You have no idea what I'm talking about, some of you. My own garbage man, Harry Peacock, what a name. His mother hated him. I totally hooked him up and taught my own garbage man how to change his DNA, and it's all about positioning. The youngest child, please listen to this. The youngest child I've taught is 6. The oldest child is 93. And we're looking to position you. If you're in the military, they're lowering your retirement in the future. Please get involved so that when you get out, you're okay. And listen to this. The biggest enemy we have of you is you. We got to get you past you. Because I know what you can do. I don't know what you can't do. I have more passion for you than some of you have for yourself. A lack of knowledge is debilitating because the things that used to work don't work anymore. Tony Robbins is a friend of mine. I've done shows with him. He wrote a book called Awaken the Giant Within, and in his book he says, ordinary people look at successful people as though they're gifted and talented. He says the truth is, successful people are just ordinary folk like me and you that got in the game and changed their DNA. And watch this, we'll work with you till you make it,